Yes, sir. We'll start with 2:30. No issue. No.
Sorry, we can start. Yeah, it's already 2:30. I can start now.
Yes, sir. Shall we start? Are you ready, no, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So only 9 people joined. We'll start. Because 2:30 already time is done.
Yeah, okay.
We'll start, sir. No problem. Because 2:30 we have started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. So we have been successfully entering the day 8 of the training on machine learning. So we have been completed basic on Python, and we are going to the ML library, especially NIPI and Matplotlib library. So I will not take much time. I'll be handing over the session to our expert, Dr. Vikram sir. So Vikram sir, you can continue, sir.
Thank you, Muthu sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon to all. Please confirm me my voice and video is visible to you, right? Any one of you, please confirm me my audio and video is visible to you, right?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. I can able to see, sir. Your
Okay.
audio and this thing is okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, once again, greetings to all. Welcome to day 8, 2 weeks online live industrial training on hands-on machine learning. Today we're going to deal with the libraries NumPy and Matplotlib. So we will discuss what is NumPy, why we need to go for that, and different operations can be performed with the help of NumPy and Matplotlib library basics, and with the help of styles of different MATLABs, and how to create various charts like bar, pie, etc. And how we can integrate both NumPy and Matplot. First, NumPy. What is NumPy means? It is a package. It's a Python package. NumPy stands for numerical Python. Numerical Python. The library stands for numerical Python. Okay. So exclusively this NumPy is used for handling the multi-dimensional data, which will be in the form of rows and columns. And this can be done with the help of nested lists. Already we have discussed about the list. Nested list means list within the list. This is the way of using the NumPy, the data in the form of rows and columns. Okay. And to do this one, I want you all to install the NumPy library, NumPy package. How to install it means, go to the command prompt and you type pip install NumPy. Those who have downloaded the Anaconda or PyCharm, any IDEs, please. You can install with the help of Conda as well. No need to worry about this installation. I recommend you to go with pip itself. Pip install NumPy. Go to the command prompt. In a command prompt, you type this instruction, pip install NumPy. Whenever, if it is you have installed done perfectly means, you can see this one, collecting NumPy, downloading this URL link, that will be around 13 MB. The progress wall will be increased. I recommend you all to please install it out. Is anybody installed? Are you getting any problems? You can leave in the chat box. In Google Colab, I hope already the package may be installed. Once we try in the example, we will try to do it out. Is any others installing? I hope Ibrahim Ramzan, I hope he is with Spider. Yes, yeah, right. Can you confirm it? Did you install this one? And one more also has installed Spider. Who is that? I didn't remember. Oh, Ramya ma'am is using Google Colab. Okay. Hi, madam. I hope since 3 classes you are not in the class, Ramya ma'am. As you are responding immediately. Yeah, Gurupata sir. Yes. You also, please, sir, install this one. It will, I hope so. See, the screen which I'm showing on screen is I have done in the command prompt itself. Windows operating system command prompt. The screenshot which I shared you is you just check the spelling spaces, you will get it out. PIP space, install space, numpy. All are small letters. PIP is not recognized, huh? Then have you installed the Python? Then it should recognize, no? Actually, that's the Unix also will use the pip command. This as well will be supported. What about Ibrahim? Did you install that one in the command prompt? Guruprasad sir, I will solve your issue separately. For now, you try to do in the Google Colab. If you install the Python and Ankonam, it should work. Because this is the command prompt which done in the C, Windows and the thing itself. Okay. Once you get successfully installed, you will see the message successfully installed NumPy and it version is 1.19.1. Now see, before it is off, it's full. Whenever you successfully install the NumPy, you will see this time successfully installed NumPy 1.19.1. That says that you have successfully installed the package called NumPy. Once you successfully install the NumPy, you can perform the operations now. As I said, NumPy is particularly for the multi-dimensional data. Now let me try to understand what is dimensions. Rectangle has length and breadth. Like this, we may have different dimensions, 3D, 5D, LBH. In real-time data may be in different dimensions with different shapes. So here shape is, we will call shape in the form of dimensions. For example, you can type in the Google Colab now. This is the example for the one-dimensional. You need to use a keyword import. This is a keyword import. Why we need to use this import keyword means if you want to import any package, For now, we importing the NumPy package. In future, we will import pandas, Keras, PyChart, MATLAB, any package in Python. If you want to import a new package, means you need to use a keyword import. This NumPy is the package name. So import keyword space package name. This as also keyword. Instead of using the NumPy, I'm using the variable np. Np means alias NumPy. Both same. I'm importing NumPy as how a np. You can import as a or b or any other variable as well. So this is the first line where we are importing the package. Then what I'm doing, I'm taking this list as an array. A equal to np dot array. Then I'm printing off A. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the output. How many of you done? Yes. Guruprasad sir has installed. Done. What was the issue, sir? Can you share the issue so that everybody can understand? Guruprasad sir, you typed Python instead of Pippa. You need to type CMD. Okay. Well. So I hope for everybody the installation process has done. Now I recommend you to type this one. That may be in a Spider ID or a Jupyter, wherever may be. Once you go to the Jupyter notebook, let me share the screen. Okay, thank you, Guruprasad sir. Now I'm sharing the screen. I'm trying to open the Jupyter now. It's opening. I just went to search and type the J. This is a Jupyter notebook, which will be as a Google Colab itself. It's opening. This is the Jupyter. Where we need to go? You need to go to new. I want to use Python 3. Okay, here I was the keyword. Import NumPy as. You can give any word. Okay. Then what I'm doing? I'm taking variable A. See, you can see the same I'm typing here. A equal to as. I'm taking this one as array. It's a function. Instead, I'm taking the list 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what I'm doing? Print of A. That's it. So this is what? One-dimensional. Now let me type the two-dimensional. Same again what I'm doing here, importing the package as NumPy. But here what I'm doing is, I'm taking this as 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. See now, how many dimensions I have? This I have only one dimension, one row. This I have was rows and columns as a matrix. You can use 3 as well. You can use any dimensions. See, this is as a matrix. Getting right? See, you can check here. So here we have only one dimension. That's called a row. Only one row is there. Whereas here, first row, second row, third row. Here, first column, second column, third column, fourth column. So how many columns is there? 4 columns. How many rows is there? 3 rows. This is the thing. So how we can name here? 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 3. Can you anyone of you answer what is the position of this 7? I want the answer. You just leave in the chat box.
It's 1 and 2.
Sorry, 7 is second row and third column, first row and third column, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 0. 2 answers from Ramya madam. 2, 2. Okay. You just check the indexing 0 is there, right? So it is in which column? This is the 0th row, first row, second row. So the 7 is in which row? First row. I mean, this is 0th row, first row. And this is the 0th column, first column, second column. So 1, 2. So answer is 1, 2. For cross checking again, I'm saying, can you once again cross check? What will be the address for 4? 4. What will be the address for 4? I mean retrieving. We need to retrieve the value, means we need to know this one. That's what I'm saying. Now what is the address for the 4? Zero, 4, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. 2 answers, 0, 4 and 0, 3. Yeah. Any other answers? Okay. So 4, right? Yeah. 0, 100% perfect. 0th row and 3. So 0, 3. 0, 3 is a to retrieve that one. Yeah, most are 0, 3. See, we no need to, the index will start from 0. If you start from 1 means you will get a confidence, a doubt, confusion. So 0, 1. So like this, you can take the any dimensions. So import numpy as np. We have typed here. I hope you all got the answers right. Next, can any one of you say what is the difference between numpy and the list? If you see here, like list only we are using here. This is a list. But why we need to go for numpy? Any other guesses? Any guesses? Difference between the numpy and why we need to go for this numpy means with the help of a numpy, the instructions will be executed very fast, and for the user, we are the users, right? For us, it will be very convenient. If we use with a list means we require more code, and we may have chance of leading more confusions with the help of the list. Whereas with the help of numpy it will be easy, more convenient for the users, and the space occupied by the instructions, the space occupied by the program is very, very less. Generally, if it's a processor means the instructions need to go to the processor inside the memory. Once enter into the memory, it should execute it out. So here we require a memory to save the instructions. So that memory will be less and executing speed will be very fast, more. And for the user, coding will be very easy. Like this, that is the reason we need to go for numpy. If you want to cross check, if you type this code in a Google Colab or a Jupyter or Spider, you come to know that. What will be the memory? This is with the help of list. This is with the help of numpy. Can you say what is the memory for the list and what is the memory for the numpy? I want you to say what is the memory occupied with the list and numpy. You please execute it and leave me as a command. Large size, dimensions, characters. Yes, you are right. Now can you say exact size of this list and size of this numpy? Yes, same. It will be difference. This will be, I hope, 4,000. This will be 40,000. This will be 4,000. This will be 40,000. Lot of background sound is there. Sir, Prasanna sir. Prasanna sir. Please. Sound కొంచెం ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. పార్టిసిపెంట్ చెప్తున్నారు. So, Ramya ma'am, can you say the answers? Please, if you type, then only you can know. And if you go for here, I said fast and convenient, right? See here, I am importing the time on the system size. I am taking here range of size and arranging this size. This is for list. This is for NumPy. Coming to the convenient, see here, I just use A1 plus A2. See here, convenient. I have used the for loop. So by seeing this one easily, we can say that NumPy is more convenient. We use just A1 plus A2. But here we need to use for loop, zip function, then we display it out. And time also, NumPy will be less, list will be more. In terms of seconds, this will be 3, this will be 30. I mean, NumPy will be 3 and this will be 30. Yes. So like this, you can able to check very easily. This is the functions. Arrange is an inbuilt function. I am arranging the numbers. 1 to 1000. And we can perform some of the operations here with the help of NumPy. This is to know of dimensions. How many dimensions are there? What will be the answer for this? Yes, 2. 2 will be the dimensions. So, with the help of this ndim, you check here what I have used. This is same, I imported. Here I have used same 2 things. Here instead of printing A, I am using what? I am using ndim. I am just using ndim. Dimensions 2. So like this we can able to check the dimensions. And second one is item size. With this what we can know means size of each element in terms of bytes. With the help of the operation item size, what we can know? Each element size in terms of byte. Each element size in terms of byte. So here each element is how much size it's using means 4 bytes. So 4 bytes of size is using. 1, 2, 3 is 1 and 4, 5, 6 is 2. Yeah, 2 dimensions. Item size, whether you're getting, what is item size you're getting? NP dot array of 1 to 3. So 1 is how much, 2 is how much, 3 is how much. Each element how much size we can able to know with the help of item size. Yes, you can raise your doubt. Yes, go ahead, please. Item size means.
Sir, can you go to the previous screen that is the Jupyter notebook? Sir, in this 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 4, 6, 7, 8. In that, how the dimension is 2, sir?
Here the dimensions are 2. How means? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 5, 6, 7, and then 4, 6, 7, 8. So 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is one dimension, this is one dimension.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Understood. Sir.
This is row, this is column. That's why the answer is 2 dimensions. And coming to the size, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, this all called as elements. This should be stored in some place. So within
2D and 3D, sir.
2D, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, you are saying?
That only, no, sir.
Yeah, 2-dimensional. This is 2-dimensional, yes.
Okay, 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 sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is 2-dimensional. Oh, okay. So item size means each and every element is storing in how much space required. For example, we may sit in one chair. 10 students is there means 10 chairs. Like that, here 1, 2, 3, 4, around some number is there. One require how much space means 4 bytes. 2 require 4 bytes. 3 require 4 bytes. Like that, each and every element are storing in how much size means 4. That is the answer of this. That is the meaning of item size. Clear, right? Yeah, memory occupied by each element. Yes, 100% correct. Guru Prasad sir.
Sir.
Memory occupied by each and every element is the item size.
Sir, Vikram sir.
Yes.
So Vikram sir, still I'm in doubt, sir. Actually, I tried for a n dimension. So I made 4 rows. Hello.
Yes, yes. Go ahead, sir.
I typed for 4 rows, sir. But when I'm printing, it is coming dimension is 2. Because I made 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 set I made it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, right?
Like that, 4 rows I made, sir. Then I made the print n dim. Then it's showing 2.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is 0, 1, 2, 3. This also 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the rows. These are the columns. So this is one dimension. This is one dimension. So how many dimensions is there? 2 dimensions.
Okay. So that means still you are saying that if both the rows and columns are identical, it is called same, sir.
Yes. We will see in future shape. With the help of this one, you can check it out. Shape and size.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
If there is a different thing in this thing means this will take as some other shape. Once you execute this one, you come to know about this one.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So in output, that's why before we need to print here. It is printing as a matrices or it is printing as a separate shape. We need to check it out here. With that, we come to know. Next is D type. Data type. Already we have seen data type, right? Is it int or is it string or is it float? Like that we can check it out. With the help of D type. You can type and check. You will get the answer like int 32, otherwise int 34. Like that you will get it out. Data type and the size you will get here. Suji, నేను క్లాస్ లో 3:30 తర్వాత కాల్ చేస్తాను. Hello. Hello. So you can type and check this one. In 32 or 64, with the bits size of the data will be shown there.
ask them to make a call to me. Okay, 84. Others who are friends to 84, you ask them to call me, or others who don't get it. 86.
So what is the output for this one? I mean,
87. 87. Okay, 88. 88. 86 is now 88.
yes, int 64 will be the answer. So somebody may get int 32. Why mean that's 32-bit system. 64 means 64-bit system. And now you go for this one. Now you can able to know what size it is and what shape it is. Now you type same thing in the thing, you check it out. You know what size and what shape.
90, 91, 91, 92. Okay, 92, 91, 95, 90, 95, 95, 94, are you there? 95 units, 95 units. 94, are you there? Okay, 96.
You can see here. How many got the answer?
96.
Till 6, right? So size is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shape is what? 6 rows. What answer you are getting? So like this you can able to know the different things. Now this reshape option means you can change the shapes also. You can reshape it as 3 by 2. If there is a shape is like this means you can reshape it some other shape. How means with the help of function called reshape. That is the reshape option. Similarly, slicing means retrieving the element. As I said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what will be the 0, 2 answer? 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. 0 throw 2 means answer will be 3. This is the retrieving, slicing. Minimum and max means in here what is the minimum value? 1. Maximum value 3. Sum 6. Like this we will get the answers. And this is very important, axis. What is axis means? This is x-axis, this is y-axis. You may have the 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. You may call, if you want to add all rows, I want to add the all rows. What are the rows here? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. Whenever there is a 0 means rows will be added. If I replace axis with 1 means column will be added. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 5 plus 3, 8. That's called the axis. With the help of axis, what you can do means you can add rows and columns. So this is about the operations of the NumPy. Okay, so I will share the size also. Yeah, same answer. Yes. So you can type this all thing in your home also. Now you just ask me any doubt in this. In these options, you have any doubts, you can leave me. 10 minutes. Where we can use NumPy concept in real-time application. See, we will use in the algebra, mathematics, and shapes. In machine learning as well, we have some data sets. Data sets we need to perform like this. In future, we come to know that all things. Everywhere, wherever we use the mathematics, numericals, wherever we use the numericals, at that place we will use this data. Numerical data. In construction field, almost in everywhere we will use the math, right? Wherever we use the mathematics, we will get it out. For example, to construct any building, we need to take the dimensions of each and every room, hall, etc., etc. In factories, industries as well. If you want to build a new vehicle, if you want to create any new vehicle with dimensions, everywhere we require the dimensions, and we need to use this concept. So if we use this, what will be the shape? Like that, we predict it out before itself. I'm using with these dimensions. I want to build one switch. So with this thing, with these dimensions, how can it will be? Like that, we can check it out. By importing the 3D image packages, we can create the 3D images and etc. Then we go for the MATLAB. Matplot means basically to draw the 2D graphics. This come with the Python itself. No need to install like a NumPy. It will inbuilt with the Python itself. What you need to do, you need to import, that's it. This thing you should use from Matplot, import. This thing you should use it out. You can see the show will show the graph. Will shows the graph. This is to import MATLAB. Okay. And this is the numerical values, the data which you want to plot. So the plot graph for this data is this one. If you want, you can check and you can try it out. From Matplotlib, import pyplot as PLT. You need to remember, PLT is the variable, plot is a keyword, show is a keyword, you can plot it out. You can try this diagram, this example. This is same. This is the library. This is also one of the method in this library, pyplot. This is the variable name, and this is the values x and y. I want to plot x and y. For this graph, I want to give the information, and I want to give the name as y-axis. I mean here, y-axis, and I want to give here as x-axis. So you will get a graph like this. You can type and check this one, Matplotlib. Same code. See here, space is there. You need to give space. Otherwise, you will get error.
B6.
See, I need to give space here. If you didn't give space, means you will get error. 5 to 7, right? Two 16:4. Title. PLT dot Y label and X label. Hello. అవును సార్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాను సార్. నేను పంపిస్తాను సార్. సార్ నేను రేపు చేస్తాను సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. This is to show the graph. I might give them a spelling mistake. What is the mistake here? Matplotlib. Library. I have used lab. One more thing. Title. Title is not there. Title spelling. One more. TITLE. Title is correct. Oh, I need to give. This is a string, right? Harmonizer. This all this string should be where? Single quotation or double quotation. See, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, harmonizer. Either you can give the name, you can draw the graphs. This is about the graphs. Matplotlib not supporting in Google Colab. I'm getting from import as PLT, X correct, Y correct, graph correct. Where is the syntax error? Name of the syntax error. I'm getting from an import in orange color. In fact, I guess it's not recognizing. If you import the NumPy package means, I mean Matplot means, no, it will be inbuilt. It should come. The color may be different. No issues. That may be orange or any color. You run it out. See Matplotlib, line number 12 from Matplotlib is not recognizing. Matplotlib is not recognizing. Check it out. Now Muthu sir got it out. Good sir, you also check it out. Everything is fine here. You give space. After PLT, after first line, you give space. See, as I given here space, you also should give the space here. You can check in the PPT as well. See, I have given the space here. After importing, you should give the space. You give the space and try, you will get it out. Show graph once, got it. Yes, check it out, please. So, Imran got means Gurupal you also should got because you both are using one IDE. This is the graph. Here in this example, what we are learning means we are learning to give the x-axis name, y-axis name and title name. Before we try to practice the show, how to plot like that. So here only one thing is there, right? You can use two different lines with a different shape and different color. We have a package called style. In the import MATLAB, we have different style. So I'm importing the mat style here. You check here. STYL is one of the style. The style is ggplot. If you type this one means this is the data x and y. This is the sum of the data, first data and second data. This is the plotting for first data. This is the plotting for second data. This is the title, label, Excel. Legend means if this will be the graph. We have a grid as well here. We have a grid. Grid K means will be black color, and X label will be as x-axis. Y label will be as y-axis. Graph name will be like epic information, and XYZ you may get like this graph. This will be in one color and this will be in one color. And you will get legend. Legend means two lines. This color will be like one name and this color will be like one name. Line 1 and line 2. This is called legend. This is called the legend. And this will be one color and that will be one color. This will be in one color. In legend as well will be in different color. Like this. Grid will be in one color. So like this. Two colors will be there. So where we giving color means C. We are plotting x comma y. G is a color. We are plotting x2 y2. C is a color. So legend name should be line 1, line 2, width should be 5. This line width should be how much? 5. So this will be the output of the graph. You check it out. Any one of you typed? How plot is mapped? Mapped in the sense?
So we are getting some, sir, graph is coming up. How it is getting internally the graph is drawn, sir? Because we are getting some values x-axis, y-axis. So how it is getting mapped in the diagram, sir?
Oh, you want to say the graph, how it is plotting, huh?
Yes, sir. We are giving value x5 to 7 and y to 16, 4. How it is getting mapped in the thing, sir?
So x value is 5. This is the x values. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is x values. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 is the y values. So in the x value 5 to 7 means 5 is started. 2 will be one thing. That's why we went to tip of the corner. And 7 is one thing, is there. Similarly, if you go for y means, see, 2 is there, 16 is there, then again coming for the 4. Let me draw. This is the x values, 2, 3, 4 like that, 2, 4, 5 like that it will be there. Like x, y, x value, y value. This will be xy point, xy point, xy point, like this it will be plotted. See, this is maybe 1 point, this may be 1 point, this may be 1 point, x, y. This may be x, y, this can be x, y, this can be x, y. So these are also bar chart, histogram. We can draw the pie chart. So to draw the bar chart, you should use, instead of plot, what we will use? See, plotting means this is the plotting. For the plotting, I am drawing the line. Here I am using the bar, plot dot bar. For the histogram, I am using the plot dot hist. So like this, for different shapes, we should use the different things. As time is very less, I am directing you. This is a way to use like that. You need to practice yourself. Y equal to 2 and x equal to 5. 2, 5. I mean x equal to 5 and in x-axis 5 will be marked and y-axis 2 will be marked. That is one line. If this is the graph means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the x, y. As per example, x value is 5. What is the y value? 2. This is the plot. So, x value is what? This is 5, 2. Next point, think that 1, 4. Where is 1, 4? This is the 1, 4. So, line like this. Then assume that 3, 2. 3, 2. Again, it will come back here. Like this, based on the point, it will plot it. I don't know, I got tired today. This is my 3rd class. So this also, if you type it out, you can practice in your home. I will share the PPT and the recorded video immediately to you. This is the pie chart. Like this, you may get bar charts, horizontal bar chart, vertical bar chart. For everything, we have here methods. We can use it out. We have area as well, like this. We have scatter plot also. We have many things. So NumPy and plot, both we are integrating here. We importing the NumPy, we importing the Matplot. This is the keyword to create a function. I create the function called f of t, the cos, and I'm arranging the value from 0 to 0 to 0, 1, 0, 0 to 0.02. These are different values. 2 plots will be there. You will get a 2 plots with this help of diagrams. I want you to type in your home and tomorrow you show me this figures. So in real time, we may use this kind of graph to predict the analysis. Subplot means second graph. Two things will be there. Once you type this one, if you get an graph, you will come to know very easily. Okay, anything else? This is a summary. I just introduced the Python and the Matplot. Numerical Python and Matplotlib. I just given a direction, that's it. NumPy itself, we can do more than 30 to 40 classes. MATLAB also can we do 30 to 40 classes. Today I just introduced with NumPy what we can do and with MATLAB what we can do. So with this, easily we can understand the further classes. NumPy and MATLAB, tomorrow we'll go for the Pandas. Pandas means creating the data set and how to manipulate the data set. With the help of data frame, we will create the data set, and how we can manipulate the data set, we will see with the help of Pandas. So with the help of NumPy, MATLAB and Pandas, we will do the actions in the next forward classes. Thank you for all. And any questions you can leave to me, or you can leave here, I can take it out. I recommend you all to please practice once again. Once you, the time when you practicing, you will come to know. This is a, you got right. This is just a direction kind of thing. So please take yourself with take care and try to learn it out. Anything else?
Vikram sir.
Yes, yes.
I think there was no any question in the chat box, sir. So if you want, we can wind up for the day, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is how to draw a plot, just introduction. I recommend you all to practice. Please practice. Let me know tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mm.
So tomorrow, everyone will be meeting the same time by 2:30. We'll be continuing the tomorrow at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, Vikram sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all participants.
Thank
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.